All right, Shalom Akim. I want to first off and foremost give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and rule well, and much peace, safety, and blessings to the hopefully elect throughout the four winds, pushing this truth and sincerity and diligence. All right, it's Brother Lawyer from the Great Millstone, Lake Charles, Louisiana camp, coming back again with another quick lesson. And as always, Lord, will it be edifying to the elect. All right, so, man, I just really want to go into a quick lesson concerning the first Adam and the last, which was Adam and Yahushua. Ultimately, it was Yahushua, in both lives. All right, being the first man that Yahweh Shem Yahushua breathed that breath of life into him, So, man, Lord, will it be edifying? All right. This is Romans chapter 5 and verse 19. For as by one man's disobedience many were made sinners, so by the obedience of one shall many be made righteous. And that first obedience came from Adam. When he was basically drove away with the philosophies from the woman. After he ate of that wicked tree, that wicked fruit, all right, which is the philosophies, all right, that the Lord basically told him not to partake in, and those trees were actually mint, all right, it wasn't fruit, okay, it wasn't no actual apple, it was basically philosophies, okay, but it says, for as by one man's disobedience, many were made sinners. Because by Adam going off, all right, everybody else was subject to being dead, and not dead physically, all right, but spiritually. Because once we went off, everybody actually lived, all right. But it was speaking spiritually wise, all right. Dead meaning basically transgressors in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right. It says, so by the obedience of one shall many be made righteous. Whenever Yahushua came back as Yahushua, in the reincarnation from Adam, all right, he made that right by dying on that cross, all right, and his bloodshed basically made many to become righteous again, because we was able to basically come back into that fold of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right. So this is how many was going to be made righteous. And that many is only speaking of the elect, This is 2 Esdras chapter 3 verse 21. It says, for the first Adam bearing a wicked heart, a wicked mind, transgressed. He went off and broke the transgress, so like he broke the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It says, and was overcome, and so be all they that are born of him. He was overcome whenever, like I say, whenever he came back as Yahushua. That's how Adam was overcome. He became that sacrificial lamb for the elect, and so be all they that are born of him. Only the ones that was going to be born of Yahushua was what actually going to turn away and repent. That blood that was shed of Yahushua was actually going to cover the transgressions of the elect, just like we was born the iniquity of our forefathers, and what Yahushua took on it for he answered for the transgressions that we basically was partakers of, I'm going to the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15 and verse 22. It says, for as in Adam all die, even so in Hamashiach shall all be made alive. By Adam, all was basically driven away, and died. At that point, we wasn't living, because we know what John chapter 6 and verse 63. All right. This is how we all died, because we didn't have that breath of life anymore, because we wasn't taking heed to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. It says it is the spirit that quickeneth, Because what Adam was first given that spirit, it says the flesh profited nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. All right, but what? Being that the first Adam went off, all right, he was driven away from that spirit. That spirit basically didn't reside with him, once he went off. Likewise, everybody else, because he was set up to make the example. All right. It says, even so in Hamashiach shall all be made alive. And this is speaking still of their remnant, Through Yahushua dying, we was going to get that spirit that Yahushua walked in, that righteous spirit, all right? And what? Be made alive with the washing and the cleansing of our mind with the washing of the word, So now we'll back woken up through the spirit power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's what it took, though. It took for Adam, the first Adam to come, all right, which is Yahushua. And then when he came back in the reincarnation, and he basically bared the transgressions of the elect, then we was able to come back into that fold, This is 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 48. It says, O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. So yeah. And this is speaking of the elect, because what? Only nation of Israel can basically sin. So if you're not sin, this is not, if you're not basically capable of sinning, this is not implying to you, It says, for though it was thou that sinned, thou art not falling alone. Just he didn't fall, but what? Everybody of the nation of Israel fell. But we all that come of thee, out of their chosen line, okay? And that goes to show you, and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and also how the Lord basically had all these things set up for the nation of Israel, and how the Lord deals with a nation. The Lord just doesn't deal with in particular people, when it comes to chastising them, or dealing with them. And that goes also that verifies what, when these heathens time is up, and the clock is rapidly ticking, and when their time is up, just not one Edomite or a few Edomites are going to answer for that. The whole nation is going to be counted for that. All right. This is Hebrews 9 and verse 28. It says, so Hamashiach was once offered to bear the sins of many. Going back to Romans 5 and 19. When it says for as by one man's disobedience many were made sinners, and by the obedience of one shall many be made righteous. All right, only the elect. It says, and unto them that look for him shall he appear the second time without sin unto salvation. So Yahushua bared the sins of the elect, and unto them that look for him. And that goes to show you that everybody won't be saved, because everybody won't be hastening the day for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, And I say this, and man, they won't be looking towards Yahushua with truth and sincerity, all right? Because going back to the book of Amos, all right, in the 5th chapter, hey, what good is the day of the Lord for you people, Only the elect is gonna be found blameless and without spot, Only the elect. Because Yahushua, when he came back in the reincarnation, he only died for the elect. His blood only covered the transgressions of the elect. All right, point blank, period. That's just what it is. See, these people have the illusion that the Lord came back and died for everybody, But that's not the case. That's not the case at all. This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 45. And so it is written. It is written. These things have been recorded. It's been documented, and there's nothing that you can do to change it. The first man, Adam, was made a living soul. All right. the last Adam was made a quickening spirit. A quickening spirit, you know? Man, I'm gonna read that one more time. It says, and so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. All right? And so Adam was made a living soul. It says the last Adam, which was Yahushua, was made a quickening spirit. You know? Quickening basically is to be made alive. All right? You're gonna walk in that word. Adam, the first Adam, he departed from that. You know? But what Yahushua man, basically secured all that, you know. Yahushua endured everything that was brought his way. You know, he was totally quickened in the spirit, all right? Whatever, hey, the orders that Yahushua gave, he followed them, you know. Everything, man, he did it to the T. You know, it was nothing that Yahushua went off as when he came back and before he had to be crucified. You know, and he knew that he was going to have to bear transgressions. You know, he knew that he was going to have to drink of the cup that he did. And he did a damn good job, you know. This is John chapter 5 and verse 21. And he only did that for those that actually love him. You know, those that don't have a problem with going out on the highways and hedges. Those that don't have a problem with putting up videos. Those that don't have a problem with putting on the supplications that come with this truth. All right. Those that understand and actually have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, they understand that what the RFID is the mark of the beast. You know, that the RFID chip is not spiritual. You know, like this is who the Lord died for. You know, only the elect. It says, for as the Father raised up the dead and quickened them, even so the Son quickened whom he will. even Yahushua, because what everything was passed down into the hands of Yahushua. All right? And what the Lord, the Heavenly Father passed that down in order for Yahushua to basically fulfill that. You know, it says, even so the Son quickened whom he will. All right? So Yahushua is only going to quicken it who he wants to quicken it. All right? And we know that that's for the elect. And we're going to the word quicken it. It means to make alive. All right? To raise them up from the dead. Going back to what the Ezekiel 33rd chapter, the valley of the dry bones. You know, that's what they're speaking of. Nothing else. If you don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you're still considered dead. You know? And your destruction is soon to be at hand. All right? Let me go right to the 6th chapter and get verse 66. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profited nothing. The words that I speak unto you, all the words, the prophecies, everything that's in this book, it says they are spirit and they are life. So if you don't have the prophecies, all right, if you don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahshua according to its true content, you are not living. All right, you are not living in this life. You might think because you can walk around in your body and do whatsoever you please that makes you a living person. No, you're a walking zombie. You know, that's all you are, a walking zombie. That's all it is to it. And actually, bro, the ones that the Lord didn't die for, they're actually comfortable in the state that they're in. They love being in the lower state. They love eating shrimp, crab, lobster, and pork. You know, they love going out committing adultery. And that's why they're considered not as living, you know. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 7 and verse 46. It says, I answered then and said, this is my first and last sin. My first and last sin. That it had been better not that I had given the earth unto Adam, and when he was in that first state, or else when it was given him to have restrained him from sinning. You know, because what if Yahweh Shem Yahshua gave Adam the same lot when he was to become Yahushua, man, it says the Lord would basically have to restrain him from sinning. You know, because what he had that wicked heart when he was Adam. You know, and ultimately Yahweh Shem Yahshua knew that this was gonna take place. You know, the power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua is on a whole nother level. You know, let me read that one more time, Salaki, because that's a beautiful scripture. Because we know that Adam, it said that first Adam had that wicked heart. So this scripture says, and I answered, then it said, this is my first and last saying. Basically comparing the first Adam and the last. All right. It says that it had been better not to have given the earth unto Adam. The earth was basically everything. To have him sit on the right hand side, to give him everything, give all power to the first Adam's hand. Because what? Everything was passed down to the hands of Yahushua. It says, or else when it was given to him, all right. So if the Lord basically made made that option, all right. It says to have restrained him from sinning. So the Lord would have had to stop Adam if he'd have gave him the basically everything into his hands. Man, that's man. Whew. The Lord would have to actually restrain him personally. So that he couldn't basically transgress no more, because he would have did it, And this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4. Okay, this is 4. I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, he pleased the Most High and was beloved of him, so that the living among sinners he was translated. All right. And this is speaking of Yahushua. Yea, speedily he was taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. This is speaking of Yahushua, and this is what going right back to that first and last, because what the Lord said in 2 Ezra 7:46, if he had given the earth to the hands of Adam, all right, he'd have basically had to stop him from sinning. And this one says, if the Lord hadn't took Adam away quick enough, when he took away Yahushua before he was crucified at a perfect time, 2/3 basically would have beguiled him and brung deceit upon him and basically made him go off. So, man, that's beautiful knowing that the spirit power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. And that also goes to show you that no matter who you are, man, you have no control, no total control of yourself. Everything is done by Yahweh Shem Yahshua. He controls every soul that's on the planet of the earth. All right, whether it be spirits created for vengeance, or you're one of those righteous spirits on the right-hand side. All right, doing the will of Yahweh Shem Yahshua in truth and sincerity. So, man, with that, Lord willing, this quick lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone and rule well, and much peace, safety, and blessings to the hopefully elect throughout the four winds, pushing this truth in sincerity and diligence. Shalom.